Hey guys, BadInfos here. Exactly 1 year ago I made this video. In this video I built this wonderful beast. In that same month I uploaded 6 separate videos. In these videos I gave a showcase, a review, an unboxing, everything, my thoughts about each of the parts on the PC. Exactly 1 year ago. Today is the 8th of August 2018, exactly 1 year after I built this beast. I decided to give a general review of the whole thing because my thoughts have changed significantly about some parts in this, and some bad things I can say about each of the parts and some good things as well. So my thoughts have changed significantly. In all these videos I was high praising of everything. I said how amazing, how great, how incredible each part is. Well, I have some other thoughts right now, so I want to share them with you guys. So let's begin. Okay, so first of all I want to give a general review about everything, my general thoughts about the whole build. So first of all, what have I changed with it? I changed not too much. I moved some stuff around. I moved the radiator up here. I did not like the look of it and I kept it there. So my configuration is like this. It pulls air from this part, from the front. This is the front of the PC. It pulls air from here and brings it back from here and from here as well. Why did I do that? First of all, for aesthetic reasons, I moved the radiator. The fans were on this side and the radiator was here, so I moved it here. That's the first reason, for aesthetics. And second of all, we have a dust filter here. It's magnetic. It's not very good. We have a very good dust filter on the front. So the idea is, it's very good to pull air from the actual good dust filter because it filters air better, filters dust better. So having it pull it from there, it keeps my PC a lot cleaner. This is my general idea and my general thoughts about it. I cannot explain it very well, I think, but this is my thoughts. It keeps the PC cool and the PC clean, and that's what I want, because if it pulls air from this part, it's gonna put more dust into my build, which is what I don't like. I generally keep it pretty clean. I open it up every month to dust it off. I changed 3 times the thermal paste. I changed from a crappy brand thermal paste to a very good Arctic Cool thermal paste. A video on that. Here I did a test with both the thermal paste, and I'm very happy. Generally this is my best purchase, one of my best purchases in my life. It's also my most expensive purchase. Even my car is not as expensive as this PC. It was 4,000 leva. My car is 3,100 7 years ago. Now it's probably 2,000 leva. So double the amount from my car. Yeah, I am very happy with my build. I had some trouble with it, of course. I'm not happy with some parts, and for that let's start with the actual review of every single part. Let's go. Let's start first with the case. This is from Fractal Design. Fractal Design is known for the cheapness of their cases, and this shows here. I am happy with the case, but not for everything. So the design is good. We don't have a tray for SSDs. Here it's on the back side and the SSDs are not visible. I really hate when SSD trays are right over here. First of all, it keeps it not tidy. This is very tidy. I can dust it off with whatever. Here it's a lot better. There's nothing in the way. The tray is always in the way in some cases. In my case it's not like that. This is perfect for me. It's very compact. I can put it on a small desk next to my actual desk. I have a small desk and I put it there. It is perfect for that. It's the perfect size. So this is the back side. As you can see, this is the SSD tray. This is absolutely perfect, amazing placement. What I don't like about the case is that the hard drives are over here on this side. As you can see, if I have to have proper cable management, this is proper cable management, it's perfect in my opinion. If I have to have proper cable management, I have to chug all the cables in here next to the hard drives. Doing that makes it very hot in this particular area. The PSU is okay, it's okay staying here. What's not okay is the hard drives. I have two of them and they're over here. So one of them, the maximum heat it has to have is 30, 35 or 36, is the Western Digital Black. That's the maximum, and it is in that temperature at all times. This is severely bad for the hard drive, but I cannot do anything about it. I could move it out and put it on the table with, of course, something not to keep it from vibrating. I have to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to keep everything in here. This is the specific reason for the tray to be here. Yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with the case. There's lots of dust filters which are removable, which I do remove often and clean them off. Even this filter is pretty good, not too bad. I'm happy with it too. I clean this one the most because it's the easiest to take off, as you can see. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with the case. There's one other thing I dislike though. The button, you cannot see it, the button for power off and power on is right over here. When you press it, it gets stuck. Just gets stuck. I haven't opened this button, so it's not my fault, it's from the manufacturer. If I press it, it gets stuck. So every single time I power the computer, I have to press it and wiggle it a little bit. Every single time, until it pops out. It's pretty weird, I know, but I have to do that, which is a design decision, a bad design decision in my opinion. There's no covers for the USB, the two USBs I have, which is also kind of a problem, but it's not such a big issue. Overall, again, I'm happy with it, but there's some small things which I disliked about it. You thought that was bad. Well, let me show you even something worse, a lot worse. I have a GIGABYTE motherboard. From 2002 till now, I have only owned GIGABYTE motherboards. I have worked in a PC hardware shop where I recommended GIGABYTE motherboards to clients. I have only used GIGABYTE motherboards. I am very familiar with the BIOS on most types of GIGABYTE motherboards. This is the last time I bought a GIGABYTE motherboard. I'm extremely disappointed and never again should I buy something like this. Let me tell you why. So first of all, flashing. You know what flashing is, right? Flashing could go wrong severely. So flashing. So what happens? So sometimes when the motherboard releases, there's updates to the motherboard. Afterwards, after a few months, after a year, they put out updates. Making an update like that is very dangerous. If the power cuts out, your BIOS is borked. You can't do anything about it. You have to take it to a shop or something. You have to return it. You have to pay lots of fees for that. So, knowing that, I prepared myself. I decided to flash it. Because I have never flashed it before, I wanted to see how it is. So I flashed it. It screwed up. For that, this motherboard has a second BIOS. If the first one fucks up, the second one activates. So what happened? The first one crashed. I don't know why, everything was perfect, I did everything by the book. I know how to build computers, I know what I'm doing. Even though it was my first time doing it. So it screwed up. It restored from the second BIOS. What happened afterwards? It continued the installation on the second BIOS. It did not stop. I could not stop it. There's no way. If I put a cable, it's gonna interrupt it and it's gonna do the same thing. So what happened? The first one screwed up. The second one screwed up. What happened afterwards? I had no PC for about a week. Yeah, there's a CMOS, what was it called? CMOS reset. I tried that. I tried it many times. I tried many guides from many other people, many different people. Nothing worked. I posted on forums, I posted on Reddit, on so many social media sites. Nobody could fix my issue. I had to return it. So for a week I could not make videos, I could not play games, this did not work. This was a box which did not work. So one day I decided to try it again, turn it on, it worked. It worked, it just worked. That was not the biggest issue, though. Of course, that could have been my problem. I could have done something wrong. Sure, it could have been my problem. I don't think it is, it could be. Now, by default, this motherboard uses only this speed of RAM. Only this speed. My RAM is a little bit faster. This is my speed of RAM. In order to activate it, I have to meddle in the BIOS and activate a single feature. So I activated this single feature. I have done it many times before in many different computers. I activated this feature. What happened? It crashed. It crashed my BIOS. So I used the other BIOS. I tried it again. It did not crash this time. I reset my BIOS and I used it again. So after a while, after I played some games, rendered some videos, did whatnot, it started crashing. I had to restart from time to time. And then one of my BIOSes screwed up. Again, I could not use it. I had to reset it again. So unlocking this feature, unlocking the best speed, makes lots of problems to my system. I cannot unlock the high speed. So for 1 year I have used this slower speed. I cannot fully utilize my build. I paid so much cash for this RAM and I cannot use it. I could have been exactly the same, the build could have been exactly the same if I paid like 50 bucks less for worse RAM. Yeah, so I'm highly, extremely disappointed, and again this could be my fault, but I did everything by the book. I have done this specific thing before. Not the flashing, but this specific thing I have done it many times before, so there should not be problems with it. And there were lots of problems. I don't know, you could tell me what I did wrong or if I did something wrong. I'm just extremely disappointed. This is the last time I'm doing this, and I'm gonna probably change to ASUS next time. We shall see. Oh, and something else I forgot to mention. Do you see the colors, guys? This is purple. Very, very, very noticeable purple. This is not as purple. The colors I chose are exactly the same. You could change each part individually, but I don't do that. I set a static color for all the parts of the motherboard. What happens? This is a lot brighter than the rest of it. What gives? Also, when I change the colors, there's one, it's over here, yeah, this thing does not change color, it's red, whatever you do it's red. These numbers also are always red. No matter what you do, you cannot change this. This is for the BIOS, this shows which BIOS you're using, and this is codes for errors. So you cannot change the colors. This is a very small thing, but it's a very annoying thing as well. So anyway, let's move on. Okay, enough bad. Let's talk a little bit good about my build. Let's talk about the GPU. GTX 1080. This is an absolute beast. So I did not buy this specifically for gaming. Gaming was an afterthought. I'm an editor. I edit videos, I produce videos. So I made sure to buy something which is good for editing. This is great for editing. This wonderful beast is great for editing, and it's amazing for games. I played the best games on the market, the absolutely best games, with the best settings in most games. Now, this could not max out everything. I play usually at about 90 FPS to 70-75 FPS at 1440p. Most games can handle that perfectly at that resolution and at those frame rates. I have G-Sync, so if it goes from 200 FPS to 90 FPS, I don't notice a single difference. This is great, this is amazing, this handles everything perfectly. I play the best games at almost the best settings. Now, some games cannot handle that, for instance GTA 5. I can max it out at 144 frames at 1440p, except for one thing, the GPU scaling, the resolution scaling, I don't max that out, but everything else is maxed in that game specifically. And as for aesthetics, this is the best card, the best looking card in my opinion. Of course, you could have a different opinion. It is my favorite card. I don't change the colors, it can glow red, blue, whatever, RGB, it has that, but I don't change that. I think it's good. The one thing I don't like is the sag. It does sag a little bit. As you can see, it's a little bit downwards, this part is a little bit down and it's a little bit high. I don't mind that, I could put something to support it of course, but I don't think it's such an issue. It could become an issue like in 5 years, and in 5 years I would have something better, I think, because new cards are coming, guys. I'm very excited, so I think I'm gonna change this in, let's say, 2 years, because I'm super happy with this. So anyway, I'm talking too much, let's move on. The power supply I have is modular, completely modular, and it's super quiet. When it's not hot, it does not turn its fan. Usually in here though it's pretty hot, but it doesn't turn it that often. I don't even notice it's running because it's super quiet. Overall the whole build is very quiet, and this is also pretty quiet, so I'm happy with it. Everything is removable. If I don't like a cable, I just remove it and don't use it at all. So yeah, there's not much else I can say, so let's move on. Next on the chopping block is the CPU, the processor. So am I happy? Of course I'm happy. This is so amazing. This processor is absolutely amazing. So when I bought this processor, it was the absolute best on the market from AMD. AMD did not provide anything better. Now of course they made so many better ones, but for the time this was absolutely perfect. So as I said before, when I bought this thing, I made sure to buy something great for editing. This is not that great for gaming, because most games don't utilize many cores. Many games only use one core, they don't have multi-core processing. So this is not that great for video games, which is great for me. The rendering times are amazing. Sometimes when I do render a video, which takes from 30 to 2 hours, 30 minutes to 2 hours, depends on the video of course. So when I do that, sometimes I do play games, for instance Minecraft. Sometimes I play Minecraft. Minecraft only primarily uses the CPU, so what I do is I change the rendering to the GPU, and I do notice a difference. When I render from the CPU, it's a lot faster, and when I render from the GPU, even if I don't play any games at the moment, it is a lot faster from the CPU. So I primarily render from the CPU, which is great, which is why I bought it, to render from it, and the rendering times are absolutely perfect, the gaming is absolutely perfect. When I bought it, I put the cooler on, and I didn't use the proper screws, so I took it off, I wiped the thermal paste, and I put crappy brand thermal paste. So after a while, after I think a month or so, I changed it to a proper thermal paste from Arctic. I made a video on that, you may have seen it, and the temperatures lowered significantly. So the temperatures are perfect, the CPU is perfect, I'm very happy with it. For the cooler, I could give a review about the cooler. It's great, the aesthetics is amazing, the spinning circle is amazing too. I change the colors very often actually. And that's it, let's move on. And the only thing left, I think, is the RAM, and unfortunately I cannot give you any review for RAM because I cannot even utilize all the speed of it. As I mentioned, from the crappy motherboard I can't do anything about that, so yeah, apologize, I cannot give you. It's low profile, which is great, I could put the radiator above it. Some RAMs you have RGB, you have huge heatsinks. This is not needed, guys. I prefer low profile RAM so I can move stuff around. And this was pretty much it for the review, guys. I'm extremely happy with lots of the parts, like the CPU, the GPU, and I guess the RAM. I can't say anything about the RAM. The case is pretty good. The motherboard is absolute garbage. I'm extremely disappointed. Never again shall I buy that. And overall, this is one of my best purchases in my life. It's more expensive than my car. I made so many videos with it, I played so many games with it, and I'm gonna play more games and edit more videos in the future. The quality of the videos increased significantly. From the previous PC till now, I changed the resolution, I changed the frame rate. I used to record at 720p, sometimes 1080p at 30 fps, now I record at 1080p always at 60 fps, sometimes at 1440p. The quality is improved significantly, my gaming experience improved significantly, my quality of life improved significantly because now I render videos a lot faster, so I'm more productive this way. I can render a video and work on the other video right afterwards. It's great. Amazing purchase, I'm super happy. I recommend most of the parts. Do not buy this motherboard, please. It's terrible. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for increasing my speed of the RAM, then please give them, and I'll see you in the next video.